Yeah, hi ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. There's one particular video that I noticed that people actually wanted to have online, which they haven't gotten the right access to, especially when it comes to Oraimo smartwatches. I noticed that people actually wanted to have a thorough difference, like what are the differences, what are the similarities between the Oraimo Nova AM and the Oraimo ES2. This is Nova AM and this is the ES2, right? So I've actually removed the nylon. This is how the Nova AM is actually packed. They both actually have similar packaging. So this is the manual of the Nova AM. Because of time, I won't be going deep into the unboxing. I'm just going to go straight to the reason why we are here, the differences, and for you to know, make a decision on you want to actually go for when it comes to the feature wise and the likes. So this is Nova AM, right? I just unboxed it. This is where the charger, as in the wireless cable is. Nothing is here actually, nothing is here in Nova AM. So this is the Nova AM watch. And for the ES2, this is the ES2, right? This is where the cable is, and this is where the manual is for the ES2. So I'm going to drop these boxes somewhere so we can delve into the main essence of this video. Now, to my right hand side is the ES2, and to my left is the Nova AM. Alright guys, so I'm going to on these two watches. Did I even need to on them? So starting with design, guys, to be frank with you, when it comes to the design, both actually have fantastic design. So when it comes to this, both actually have fantastic, they have good design. But for me, and to be sincere, generally the ES2 has more premium design. The design is fantastic, more premium design compared to the the Nova AM. And I'll give you further reasons why the ES2 actually beats the Nova AM when it comes to design. First of all, aside from the design of the watch itself, this is the watch. Aside from the design of the watch, when it comes to premium quality, or when it comes to the material used in the ES2 is far better than the Nova AM. This watch is over a year, right? And this watch is not up to a year. So I guess things have actually skyrocketed when it comes to cost of things. So they are actually still trying to give you the best, right? And with a very good price. So that's why they're trying to, I think, minimize the cost of material use. Looking at the watch itself, you can see this. Just look at this. This material is far better than this. That's what I'm going to start with. When it comes to the builds, the builds of the ES2 is far better than the the Nova AM. You can feel it yourself, you can see it, I mean. The screen, actually both have AMOLED screen, but I'm still going to say the builds of the ES2 is far better than the Nova AM. Then when it comes to the strap, again, that's where you know that this watch premium actually goes in this watch. The strap of ES2 is far better than the Nova AM. And one thing I noticed, to buttress my point, one thing I noticed in the ES2 is that you can actually put on the ES2 for hours, for the whole day. You won't feel any inching or scratching. But one thing I noticed about the Nova AM, to buttress my point about the material of the quality of material used, is if you put on this watch, this section will be inching you. After some time, it's going to be inching you. You'll be feeling some discomfort. So when it comes to the build and the design, the ES2 actually beats the Nova AM. That's one thing. Now when it comes to notification, they actually both have good notification, right? But I'm going to rate the notification on the Nova AM better, yes, than the notification on the ES2. Generally speaking, looking at all the features these both watches has, I would have recommend the ES2 to anybody. But just because of one thing, that's why I will not be recommending the ES2. And this is where I'm going to. When it comes to the notification, when you receive a WhatsApp notification, let me say a WhatsApp message, on the ES2, it's not going to show the sender's name on the ES2. That's a very big flaw from those whoever, I don't know, maybe from the team that designed the user interface or whatsoever. That's a very big flaw, a very big mistake. You are not going to know the sender, the person that actually sent you a message on the ES2 is not going to show the sender's name until you have actually checked the watch and check the notification panel for you to see the person that actually sent you the message on the ES2, or you check your phone. I think smartwatches are supposed to be assistants and to make something more easier and faster for you. That's where that's the major problem I see in this ES2. The notification, the WhatsApp notification messages doesn't show the senders. But when it comes to this Nova AM, the notification is actually nice. It has fantastic notification. As I said, I'm going to drop like videos or clip of the differences between both watches about the notification. I'm going to drop it later on. The notification on the Nova AM is fantastic. You will, in fact, let me even break it down for you. It's like more of a modern notification. So when you receive notification, it's not even going to light up, but it's going to vibrate. So when you flip your wrist, that's when you see the person that actually sent you a notification. You will see the sender's name, you see everything you need to know about the notification. So the notification on the Nova AM is far better than the ES2. Every other thing when it comes to like calling, both watches actually show the sender's name, those who the person that is calling, and so on and so forth. So that's another thing. So this is how notification displays on the Nova AM. It has a very good notification, like it shows almost all the messages, and when notification actually comes in, it's going to vibrate on your wrist, and when you twist your wrist, so it's going to display the notification. So the notification on the Nova AM is actually nice. It shows notification properly. So can you see that this is how the notification shows on the ES2? So it's not showing sender's name. So this is a very big flaw from the ES2 user interface designers. It is very, how can I receive a WhatsApp message and doesn't know who actually sent the message? So that's the big flaw about the ES2, and that's one thing that actually degraded the ES2 watch. So compared to the Nova AM, it doesn't show the sender's name. Another thing about the ES2 is that the haptic intensity is very low compared to the Nova AM. So those are the two major problems about the ES2 compared to the Nova AM. So the haptic intensity is very low. You can hardly know when you get notification compared to the Nova AM, and the sender's name doesn't actually displays on the ES2. Now another point I'm going to go to about these two watches is the vibration or the haptic intensity. The haptic intensity in the ES2 is very poor. In fact, when you are actually doing some work, or maybe you are walking, trekking, strolling, or doing some things while busy, and you receive some notification and this watch vibrates, you will hardly get to notice that a notification came in. The haptic intensity, vibration, is very poor. It's so poor. It's not. In fact, if you increase it, I've increased it to the highest. It's so poor. That's one thing again about ES2. But the haptic intensity in the Nova AM is not bad. You can still get informed can still get informed. So that's one thing about the haptic. Another thing I'm going to go to when it comes to the two watches, there's a little feature of AI in the Nova AM. There's nothing like AI in ES2, right? Like, the little feature about the AI is just like you can actually create AI watch face. That's just the major thing. That's just the only thing I see that is of AI. So that's not even a big deal. Another thing is the UI of the Nova AM is like more of recent, and it's still related to what is in vogue. Like, just look at this watch face, for instance. This watch face in the Nova AM still look more recent. It's closely related to the what's it called, the Apple watch faces. But look at this. So it's just like all these generic smartwatches watch face. It's actually nice, it's not bad, but you can actually get some other watch faces online. But when it comes to, let me see the user interface, it's more of modern in the Nova AM compared to the ES2. That's all that thing I'm going to tell you. And when it comes to the battery, though they do say the battery in this watch is fantastic, is good, but I'm going to rate the battery in the ES2 is far better for me. It's far better than this watch. Both are actually IP68 dust and water resistant. Both actually have quick replies to SMS. One thing about emergency contact is the Nova AM actually have emergency contact. When you tap this crown key, when you tap it 3 times, it's going to score the what's it called, the number you save as the emergency contact. There's nothing like emergency contacts on the ES2. When it comes to the wireless call, again, this is a very massive improvement. There's a massive improvement when it comes to the wireless call in the Nova AM. The wireless call is clear and audible. But when it comes to the ES2, it's not bad. Don't get me wrong, it's not bad. It's also good, but I can actually vouch for the wireless call in this Nova AM. It is clear. It is clear, to be sincere. So I think that's basically the things you need to know. My reviews, that's basically the things you need to know when it comes to these two watches. But my recommendation is that you go for the Nova AM, and this is my reason. Number one, I can't imagine someone sending you a WhatsApp message. You don't know the person that actually sent you a WhatsApp message until you just get the message. You get to know that this message is from WhatsApp until you actually tap the screen, right, of the watch. Go to notification panel before you can actually get to know the person that actually sent you the message, or you check your phone. That's one thing. That's a very big flaw in this ES2. That's one thing I don't like ES2 for. So you don't know the person that actually sent you a WhatsApp message. It's not going to show the sender's name, but this is going to show everything. So my recommendation is you go for the Nova AM because it shows all this. And when it comes to the haptic, like the vibration, is better in the Nova AM compared to the ES2. So that's why this watch fails for me. For the ES2, that's why it fails. But when it comes to the design, wow. When it comes to the quality of material used, when it comes to the display, both displays are fantastic, but I'm still going to read this. When it comes to the material used, when it comes to the design, fantastic. When it comes to, in fact, I really love this watch, but just because of the two things is actually lacking, the haptic and the sender's name that is not showing when you receive a WhatsApp notification. That's why this watch fails. So any other thing, it's okay on this watch. And for Nova AM, it actually gives you additional features of a clearer wireless calling. It actually gives you additional features of maybe what's it called? Well, should I call this thing emergency contact? Like, those one doesn't matter actually, but it still matters to some people. So the only thing why this watch is actually lacking is the build, the material. But the feature wise and improvements is still better than the ES2. But when it comes to material and design, ES2 is better than this watch. So I think I've been able to answer many people's question on the one to go for and the one not to go for. So that's my recommendation for you. So thank you.